Chicago Police Superintendent Larry Snelling just ripped the heart out of the anti-ICE movement, making it abundantly clear that the Chicago PD will do their job when it comes to protecting government agents from radical leftists. Let's check this out.
So although we do not engage in immigration enforcement, we are going to enforce the law when the laws are violated. So let me be clear to the public about certain things. You have to excuse me, I'm a little dehydrated. Let me make this clear. Federal agents, ICE, HSI, are officers. They are agents of law enforcement. If you box them in with vehicles, it is reasonable for them to believe that they are being ambushed and that this could end in a deadly situation. And it's reasonable for them to use force based on those conditions.
But wait a minute, Superintendent Snelling. The radical leftists have been telling us that ICE, Immigration's Custom Enforcement, is not law enforcement. They've literally been going onto the internet and saying with their chest poked out, ICE is not law enforcement. Whomever am I to believe? Some radical left-wing lunatic all hopped up on oxys and antidepressants? Or the superintendent of the Chicago Police Department?
Do not box in any law enforcement officer. You are breaking the law when you do that. And you are putting yourself in danger. Following law enforcement agents around. The question is why? What do you plan on doing? It's also reasonable for them to believe that you're eventually going to do harm to them.
This is a true man right here. He's not playing games. He's making it very clear. He is asking the questions that, in my opinion, every rational thinking American is asking. Why are you following ICE agents around? What exactly are you planning on doing to them? Recording them doing their job? They have body cameras that clearly are working, because every time you produced a piece of footage that you claimed was showing them doing something wrong, they then were able to produce a piece of body cam footage showing that you were lying. You were purposely misconstruing the context of your video, and that they were doing their job that they've been trained to do and have a superior knowledge of how to do than you, a random agitator. Keep going, Larry. Tell them about the gun line.
If you ram any vehicle, especially that one that contains law enforcement agents, and that's any law enforcement, local, state, federal, county, and you do this intentionally, this is considered deadly force. Deadly force is anything that can cause great bodily harm or death. When you plow into a vehicle that contains law enforcement agents, you're using deadly force. And they can use deadly force in response to stop you.
Very simple, clear cut. The worst part about this is these are things that the average American in the United States already knows. These are things that children in the United States of America know. It doesn't matter if it was by accident or if you didn't intend to hurt anybody. if you are driving a vehicle at an accelerated rate or even at a crawl towards a member of law enforcement, it is within reason for them to believe that you are attempting to hurt them. If you are doing anything other than following their lawful orders, you are in the wrong. And they are not only understandably, in fear of their life, actually they are doing their duty. They are fulfilling their sworn oath to put you down and eliminate the threat. We're not saying Renee Nicole Good was an evil person. We're saying she played a dumb game and she paid the ultimate price. And I love that Larry Snelling is coming out, doing his job, making the law and the rules concerning interaction with law enforcement crystal clear so that no one can claim ignorance. No one can say, oh, I didn't know. You cannot ram, box in, agitate, stalk, harass law enforcement while they are in the course of doing their duty. If you do that, it won't end well for you.
We need to be clear about these laws. We cannot become a society where we just decide to take everything in our own hands and start to commit crimes against law enforcement. It is a crime. You may not like what they're doing. I can understand that there's a lot of emotions out there, but that does not mean that you get to commit a crime, especially one that could lead to deadly force.
The crazy thing about this situation is these aren't even teenagers doing this. These aren't even kids doing this who may be ignorant of the law. These are adults. Immediately following what happened to Renee Nicole Good, I heard a man say he's a physician. He clearly was over 40. He's a doctor. And he's out there acting totally ignorant of the law with other professionals. These are people making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year. And they are in the street, breaking the law, committing crime in the name of defending crime, feigning ignorance, weaponizing fake ignorance of the law against law enforcement and the American people who have empowered those members of law enforcement to do their job. These people have been hired, trained, commissioned, and made to swear an oath that they would do this job. Like Superintendent Snelling said, you may not like what they're doing, but that does not give you the right to commit a law in response to break a law in response to what they're doing. It's just the way it is. The fact that you have to tell adults this, the fact that you have to communicate this to adults as if they're children is very alarming.
We need to keep everyone safe. Our responsibilities when it comes to federal agents, and I've been asked these questions, we do not interfere with the duties and responsibilities of federal agents.
So these are federal agents, contrary to what whoever you're listening to on the internet told you. They are law enforcement. They do have authority over you. And if you interfere with them, you are committing a crime. If you do harm to them, you are committing a crime. And if you stop them from doing their job, you are committing a crime. Things we all already knew, but the left has to continuously be reminded of. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Just don't expect me to mourn you once you're gone. We can mourn the death of Renee Nicole Good while at the same time acknowledging that she made a very, very, very tragic mistake. Thank you to Chicago PD Superintendent Larry Snelling. Why he has to come forward and say this, and Brandon Johnson, the mayor of the city, was not man enough and was not honest enough to say it, is beyond me. But of course, Brandon Johnson is all political. He doesn't care about reality. He doesn't care about the lives that could potentially be lost. He is only there to do the bidding of the DNC, the Democratic machine, no matter what the outcome. He doesn't care about the people of Chicago, in my opinion. He doesn't care if they get hurt, killed. All it's about is whether or not he can use their death as a stepping stone up to the upper echelons of power. It's literally like, it's almost like he's a Sith Lord. And somebody like Hakeem Jeffries is his master. Let me know what you think in the comments. It's pretty straightforward. Man, it's been a long time since we had straight talk coming out of any liberal city. And I love what Superintendent Snelling did in this video. We need more of it. That's for sure. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate everything you do. Till the next time. Peace.